An extremely strong cold front and deep low pressure system is expected to impact southern parts of WA this long weekend, bringing damaging to locally destructive winds, severe thunderstorms, areas of heavy rain, coastal hazards, and even a risk of tornadoes. My name is Sarah and I'll be taking you through what to expect over the coming days. Now, as we head into the weekend, we're expecting showers and rain areas to start to increase during Saturday and extend southwards, reaching the Perth area around lunchtime. However, it's during the afternoon that some gusty thunderstorms are expected to develop and the winds really start to increase. Damaging to locally destructive winds are expected to pick up about the coast and adjacent land areas, and in fact it's just ahead of this trough line where the risk of tornadoes develops. Now, this risk is expected to continue through until Sunday morning, and any tornadoes that do form will be very short-lived and are very difficult to track. Moving through to Sunday, the showers and the storms and the winds will extend across southern areas with another peak with that cold front. However, the strongest winds are expected with this low pressure system that will push up into the southwest during Sunday evening. Widespread destructive winds are expected to extend about the west coast and pushing into the southwest, where they will continue through until the early hours of Monday morning before that low pressure system tracks into the bight, with the winds easing across the southwest and instead concentrating through the south coast. Now, at the moment, we don't have a severe weather warning in place, but we will be issuing one later this afternoon for a line for the area south of about Kalbarri down to Esperance. So this includes places like Geraldton and Perth for the potential for damaging to locally destructive winds to start to develop from Saturday evening. There's also a risk of heavy rainfall with persistent showers and storms about the central west, and this area is expected to be expanded over the weekend as it is an evolving weather situation. Now, the severe thunderstorms are possible on Saturday during the afternoon and evening, extending from Kalbarri down to Bunbury, including Perth, bringing damaging to locally destructive winds, so wind gusts in excess of 125 kilometres per hour. And there's also on Sunday more severe thunderstorms possible, extending right across the south of the state, but most likely in the southwest, including Perth, Bunbury and Albany, where damaging to destructive winds are expected. Now, this low pressure system is also generating a huge amount of energy across the oceans with very powerful waves and swell. Now, the waves are expected to peak in the early hours of Monday morning with significant wave heights in excess of 8 metres. Now, where these very large waves coincide with high tides, that leads to an increased risk of coastal erosion, but as well of inundation of low-lying areas near the coast. Now, moving through during Monday, we're expecting that swell to extend up the west coast, while that low will track away into the bight and drag the swell with it so that it moves into the coastal areas of South Australia, easing across the southwest. Now, community impacts with these very windy conditions include structural damage to property and as well trees being toppled. With the dangerous surf, there's the potential for that coastal erosion and inundation of low-lying areas, while there's also the potential for power lines to come down, causing extended power outages. So, if you live across Western Australia, now's a really good time to stay up to date with our latest warnings via the Bureau website, app and social media. Otherwise, listen to the advice from your local emergency services. Bye for now.